What's up, hungry people? Welcome back to the Starving Chef's Kitchen. Today we're putting a breakfasty spin on a classic dessert to make bananas foster French toast casserole. With day-old French bread soaked overnight in a creamy mixture of cinnamon spices and bourbon, this dessert-first style of breakfast is a succulent way to start off the day. If you're new here, don't forget to flip that sub button to keep up with new recipes that I post here every week. Now let's get to cooking. First, we'll start with the milk and egg mixture that will be used to soak the bread. Combine 5 whole eggs with milk and French vanilla half and half creamer. Then add in the spices. I'm using a blend of mostly cinnamon with a tiny bit of ground cloves and a touch of nutmeg. Next, add the brown sugar and a generous pour of bourbon. Whisk it all together until the eggs are frothy and pale in color. Next up, grab a glass or heavy-bottomed baking dish and give it a good greasing with a spray of oil or butter. Pour a can of dulce de leche into the bottom of the dish. You can either make your favorite dulce de leche recipe for this, or you can buy the pre-made kind. My favorite way to make dulce de leche is to sous vide a can of sweetened condensed milk low and slow until it is golden brown and creamy. Arrange 1-inch thick slices of banana in the bottom of the dish in evenly distributed layers. I think I ended up using 2 or maybe 3 bananas to fill up the bottom of my dish. Next, add pecans between the banana slices. Then add dabs of cream cheese sporadically around the bottom of the dish. The best kind of French toast is made with what else? French bread. I recommend using stale French bread. I bought mine 2 days in advance and then just basically left it out on the counter to dry out. You can also use fresh French bread that has been sliced and then toasted to dehydration. Basically, you want to use the stalest bread you can get your hands on. The staler the bread, the more it will absorb all of the sweet flavors of this dish. Really pack the bread into the baking dish. You want it to be in a single layer, but tightly arranged as it will expand to fill in the gaps, and then this will make it easier to cut and serve the casserole. Pour the milk and egg mixture over the bread as evenly as you can. Use the bottom of the whisk to press the bread down into the baking dish so that it more or less is flat across the top and to ensure that all the pieces of bread are in contact with the liquid. Cover the baking dish with tin foil and then let the bread soak in the fridge for at least 4 hours. But the longer you can let it soak, the better. I made mine the night before and then let the pan come back up to room temperature for about 30 minutes prior to cooking it in the morning. While bringing the casserole back up to room temperature, whisk up the brown sugar bourbon bits by combining flour, brown sugar, cinnamon, a shot of bourbon, and melted salted butter. Stir it all together until the flour is absorbed and the mixture is kind of clumpy. Take the foil off of the dish and then add some additional fresh banana across the top of the soaked bread, along with more dabs of cream cheese. Then sprinkle the entirety of the brown sugar bits across the top of the casserole. Bake the French toast casserole for about 20 to 30 minutes covered with the foil, and then remove the foil and cook it for another 10 to 15 minutes until the top is golden brown and toasted. Because you are already essentially having a dessert for breakfast, top it off with a scoop of vanilla ice cream and a drizzle of dulce de leche. What's your favorite sweet breakfast? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm I'm always taking recipe requests, so if there's something that you've always wanted to try or something that you would like to see me try to make, leave a comment below and maybe you'll see your recipe request up on my channel. If you haven't already, feel free to help support my channel by buying some Starving Chef merch. Every little bit of your support helps. Buy a shirt to contribute to camera upgrades, recipe development, and more. Don't forget to flip that sub button and ring the dinner bell to be notified of weekly recipes, foodie adventures, and more. As always, you can find this recipe and many others with step-by-step instructions on thestarvingchefblog.com. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon.